the Lions acknowledged they had lost an OTA practice for violating the OTA rules, the full offseason. Whether it's voluntary or mandatory minicamp, there can be no contact of any kind during practice. It's unclear why the Lions got singled out because everybody does it. And usually what happens, Chris, you get in trouble if someone complains about it, and you've got the union president at practice, or there are accounts of a fight. I remember a few years back, the Seahawks got in trouble because there was a fight at mandatory minicamp. The union looked into it. They had too much contact, and they got busted, and they were repeat offenders. I feel like if they just looked at all teams' off-season workouts, everybody would get fined. Everybody would get in trouble. You can't have football practice without contact. It doesn't work that way. You're putting guys out there, especially when a lot of them are trying to win jobs. They're trying to lay the foundation to make it from the 90-man roster to the 53-man roster in training camp in the preseason. You have an opportunity to go out there without pads on and kick somebody's ass. You're going to be tempted to do it.
Yeah.
So there's always contact in the offseason. I'd love to know what the Lions did that set them apart from the other teams that are surely doing the same thing.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you. I mean, listen, we just talked about the 49ers, right? That was 2 off seasons ago, and that incident, right? I mean, there are some teams that I think fly around and maybe have a little bit more of a physical aspect, during OTAs than maybe some others, right? But yeah, more times than not, that means like, hey, one is somebody on your team tattletaled, or you had this type of practice when there was an NFLPA representative there, which you would think like you wouldn't do that, or what? Like the NFLPA can look at tape every now and then and bring it out and go, hey, let me just take a view of practice that they following the rules. It's one of those 3 things there. I would think. But man, yeah, Dan Campbell and that crew up there, Aaron Glenn, I would think practice is a little crazy and they, put the pedal to the metal more than other teams. That's why who they are. That's why they're biting kneecaps, right? I mean, I don't think there's any again, the 49ers and the Lions are in the NFC Championship game. There's some reasons behind that. There's a fine line there, and it's tough, Mike, like you said, because it's people competing and you're trying to set a winning culture, and that's a big part of it.
And again, the union president is there at a time when the union is concocting a proposal to dramatically overhaul the offseason program. If he sees violations of the current one, that's a way to kind of squeeze the league into maybe doing something else. And the reality is they should be looking at every team. Do you think the Chargers players, when they are encouraged to attack the day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind, are told, but don't have contact during these offseason practices? We're going to attack the day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind, but we're not going to touch each other during these offseason workouts. It's just unrealistic, and it always has been, and we'll see if the union does anything about it beyond just sporadically punish a team here or there. And it wasn't a big violation. It was one offseason workout that they lost, which tells me if they looked at every team, they'd be taking away plenty of offseason workouts. All right, let's take a break. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.